All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and I know the first video was kind of cold and heartless, but sometimes you just gotta do it, you know. And if you know anything about me, you've been following me for a minute. You know, I tell you how I feel 100% of the time. I don't hide nothing from you guys. I don't sugarcoat nothing. If I'm feeling some type of way, I'm feeling some type of way. You feel me? And I feel exactly the same. But nonetheless, I want to bring you guys some more content, and I want to show you guys some of the things that you want to see, right? So first and foremost, you guys are asking me on Discord, how do I acquire these characters? You enjoy the fact that Scream is coming to the game, and so does Spider-Woman. You enjoy that Spider-Woman is coming in as well. So I'll show you guys really quickly. They say find it in the shop here, but take my word for it, you can actually get her from a selector, right? Which means she's probably in the Shadowland chest. All I would have to do is just basically go over here and then just go into character and just go into the free hero chest that you get every day. And then we just scroll all the way down here at the bottom, and you can see her right there beside the Scarlet Spider. So Scream is 100% free to play. You can actually get her from Shadowland selectors if this stays true. Keep in mind, we're in the APK, the test build, so whatever you see here is subject to change. Also, there is this new agent deal that is here, and it's quite interesting because it actually allows you to select a couple premium characters, right? So you can see that pretty much all of the free-to-play friendly characters are in here, but with the addition of 2 premium characters, and one of which you might want. So one is Carnage and the other is Hyperion. Now, I don't know what this means for Hyperion, but I do know that this means something significant for Carnage, okay? Carnage is going to get an Awakened skill or a tier 3. I don't know which one, but one of them is definitely going to happen. I know that for certain, and I will touch on it briefly, ever so briefly, right here, right now, for those of you guys who are curious about that because you're upset. I want to give you guys some positives, okay? How do I know that? Well, if you go here and you take a look at Miles Morales, he looks gruesome. There's a lot of things changing for this guy, but one of them is major, and it's a hint as to why I do believe that Carnage is getting a tier 3 or an awakening. Look at Miles' leadership. All allies decrease debuff duration by 24%, applies to Carnage. 70% all attack and reduce damage received by 20%. There's no reason for them to add a leadership in the game that applies only to Carnage, kind of like Victorious, if he was not going to play a major role in this update. There are other indicators that shows that something is coming for Carnage, and I will touch on it in a future video, but I just want to give you guys that bit of a heads up since we were talking about Carnage right there, since we were in the shop. Moving on, she's a paywall. I called it from the live stream, right? They want to make money. She's tied into Gwen's awakening skill. Gwen is free to play, so they want to milk you another way, right? Cool. So there it is. Let's take a look at her awakened skill here. So she has the 70% defense down, just like Mystique, just like Moon Knight. So you can expect insane amount of damage from her. In terms of her tier 2 passive, 30% guaranteed dodge. We got increased skill damage and bonus damage there, which is pretty nice. We got some shock damage there. Well, not shock damage, lightning damage. We have shock damage here. I'm getting ahead of myself. We have decreased lightning resistance by 40%. That's not the greatest, but it's still something. We have a 30% all attack buff here with some defense and a little bit of speed sprinkled in. 3 seconds of charm is pretty nice. And on top of that, we got some more lightning resistance here. We have super armor. She has damage immunity, which is pretty nice. Lightning resistance down 40% again. And then, okay, she can penetrate. She has super armor. Okay, penetration, super armor, barrier shield, damage immunity. No invincibility. That kind of sucks. But the good thing is here, she has defense down, and lightning resistance down. She should do some decent work. And then we have a 20% attack, defense, and crit rate buff with a little bit of movement speed and attack speed sprinkled in. Okay, lightning resistance and damage reduction, not bad. Okay, so this actually is pretty cool. Spider Sense characters, when debuffed, 40% all attack, and she removes debuffs from everybody. That's pretty cool. Take a look at okay, so she has the leadership tag, she has Spider Sense, and she has these agility ability. That's cool. Now, over here, you guys are gonna notice that there's the additional pierce damage thing at the bottom in like really small text in the concentration thing. We did speak about that in the previous video, so make sure you watch that if you want to know what that is. All right. Actually, I'll touch on it here in case I didn't include. You can just go into the game guide on the live server when it comes, and then you just scroll all the way at the bottom here, and it says concentration. Concentration is a stat that affects the potential of skills. Some skills and effects of custom gear perform much better with concentration. And then you have additional pierce damage. Pierce just reminds me of Grand Cross. Anyways, additional pierce damage is the ability to deal additional damage that ignores defense completely. Additional pierce damage applies on the skill's damage. So it's another way to ramp up your DPS. Damage is king, always is, always will be. So that's just the way they're trying to monetize. Okay, so that's why you're getting that stuff added to your cards. If you spend a whole bunch of money, you can literally now pay to beat people in PvP. Well, you could technically always do that. Let's see what the effects are. I am kind of taken aback that Cheese Blast, which I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, so this is way longer than 3 seconds. If you take a look at it, yeah, it's more like 6 seconds even, right? Because it just keeps popping off. And then, yeah, it's kind of like Scarlet Witch's lingering mind control, just a little shorter. So this actually is spammable. Pretty good. Really, really good. It's going to make her very safe for characters, for world bosses that are susceptible to this is really, really cool. Anyways, the charm is going to make her very, very good for world bosses that are susceptible to debuffs. So everybody except Thanos so far. I think Null is also immune to debuffs, but we'll talk about Null in his own video. Overall, she has a good kit. This is what, 16 seconds though, 16 seconds. So they made it like this on purpose because it's going to last for about 6-7 seconds. So there's still going to be a 10-second window. Okay, so let's look at the cooldown here. 16 seconds here again. Actually, with 16 seconds in max skill cooldown, bro, you could literally keep them almost completely locked down. Yeah. Okay, so cooldowns are not the worst. They're not the greatest, but they're fine. All right, let's take a look at Scream now. Let's see. By the way, I know you guys may be wondering, Carnage has no uniform. There's nothing in the APK for him yet. They're just probably leaving it until like mid-month, like they did for Ghost Rider, right? So, okay, guaranteed crit rate 35%. Big skill damage and bonus damage there. That's really nice. Okay, bleed damage. Nothing really cool there. We got defense down, ignores immunity, guard hit. We have 50%. Wow, a big 50-50. She's insane, eh? Wow. And you can keep it up pretty much all the time. We have invincibility here. One thing I did say on the live stream is, okay, this is actually a really good passive. Really good passive. Leadership, meh, kind of whatever. She's combat too. Yeah, I did say I wanted her to be combat because we don't have that many really good combat supervillains. I believe she's a supervillain. I'll double check. This skill starts off really like iffy, but then it gets better. Rooted in place, that's not very good. Guard hit is not going to be enough to protect you. That skill looks really cool. Invincibility, does it last the entire duration? Almost the entire duration. Maybe with enough attack speed it will work. Does she have a hidden heal somewhere that I did not see? Because I do think she's gonna need a heal. I don't see it. Why does she not have a heal? She's a symbiote. Come on, guys. No heal on her. I feel like she could be a hit or miss. Like the damage on her could be really good. Kind of like Scarlet Spider. And then she just dies really easily. So we have the symbiote tag on her. Pure evil. Okay, so she is a female human combat supervillain, so that's good. But also, her face is, it's just not good, man. It's not good. I'm just trying to see if there's like a hidden heal somewhere. Like, is there some kind of indicator of a, like, come on, guys. I do think she's gonna need something else. I don't think a guard hit is good enough for a skill like this that roots you in place. I really don't think so. The super armor being there is okay. Actually, the super armor is not even on this skill. Which skill is it even on? No, man. I'm having mixed feelings about Scream. I think Spider Woman is gonna be decent, but I'm having mixed feelings about Scream. I'm definitely gonna have to test her out and see how she turns out in the APK at very least, but I do think she's missing a little bit of survivability. The cooldown times on the skills are not too bad though. I could make them work. I don't like the fact that third skill roots are in place and a guard hit for 5 seconds with 4 hits is supposed to somehow protect you when everything penetrates that. Yeah, I don't expect to see her at the top of any meta. All right, so maybe that's why they didn't. Well, because they didn't is why she's not going to be. But maybe because she's not that popular is why they didn't go that far. I don't know. So we're gonna have to test her out a little bit, but we're gonna wrap this one right here, guys. I don't want to keep you too long. I did keep you guys plenty for the first video. I'll try to get to the uniforms in the next one, right? Because I know you guys are very excited for Venom, and I am gonna spend a good amount of time on him. So just look out for that following this, okay? Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.